New from Radiance, number 107 in their range is Savoir, the second film from Jacques Rivette within their series, and there are some similarities between L'amour fou and Savoir, but I feel there's a stronger narrative and a better thematic sense that's encapsulated in Savoir, making it my preferred of the two films released so far. The story revolves around Camille, who's working for a troupe. This troupe is run by her boyfriend Hugo, and they're having a little bit of struggle finding an audience as they are touring around doing these plays. And when they return to Paris, Camille is forced to face a regret that she has. She broke up a relationship 3 years prior, and she's looking to tie it with Pierre and get some closure on that, it seems. But then there is Pierre's girlfriend, who's brought into this one, who seems to be getting wooed by a young man, Arthur. There is Arthur's step-sister, who also happens to be helping Hugo find a lost manuscript. There is a lot of going on with characters and interplay here as their relationships become muddled throughout this wonderful film.
Depuis 2 jours, je te vois tout tendu. Ce Paris qui te fait cet effet-là.
Thematically, Savoir tackles the question of love's unpredictability and the difficulty of understanding another person fully. And I feel like it really delves into this, particularly through Camille's eyes. Now, there are other relationships throughout this one that kind of echo this, but everything we see is through our main character of Camille. The characters grapple with past regrets, jealousy, forgiveness, and the desire for connection, all while navigating their own flawed and fragmented selves. But it does this in a wonderfully funny fashion, creating these quirky and developed characters that feel lifelike, that feel nuanced, that feel like the kind of person that wants certain things and ideals but doesn't know how to go about doing it, who is unwilling to realise what they have and the kind of joy that is there within the present, always either looking back at what they've lost or the future of what's to come. And it's that kind of grappling nature of the here and now that I found to be wonderfully transgressive within this film.
Où est le péril? Là grandit ce qui sauve. Ah!
I kind of love what this film is saying, you know, that love is inherently uncertain, shaped by miscommunication and chance, and yet essential to the human soul. And it layers us up with a kind of mystery through line that's going on in this one. And I feel like with L'amour fou, you have the theatrical nature of this, where we're getting two various plays and various timescales almost told in reverse along with our main story. And as we see clips of the theatrical performance, it mirrors what's really happening in their personal lives somewhat. And there is this kind of juxtaposition between these two performances that are just wonderful.
Je ne veux la mort de personne. Et alors?
Je vous remercie.
De rien.
There is a picturesque romantic backdrop to this. There are all these locations that are just fun, that feel kind of whimsical, whether it be within the stage play, whether it be the wonderful Parisian streets and parks, whether it be in someone's house going through old paperwork, a shared task of discovery and finding. Everything that is layered here just builds to a kind of quirky, fun, romantic comedy that has something to say and is delivered through these terrific performances and deft direction. Now, this disc comes with 2 discs and 2 versions of the film. You have the standalone Savoir film that was a theatrical release, and then you have Savoir Plus running at almost 4 hours or just over 4 hours. And to be honest, it's one of those ones where the length is almost forgotten. You get enveloped by the story, the characters, the situation. I love this one a lot. Let's dive into the disc and have a look at the extras. In the disc of Savoir, let's go to the special features. First up, we have Jacques Rivette. In this archival interview, Jacques Rivette discusses Savoir, including the development of the script, motifs in the film, and more. Filmed in Cannes 2001, and this runs for 19 minutes 20 seconds, and I think it's terrific because you really get to hear the voice of the director as he talks about creating the process, building the cast, getting the film through to fruition, the hardships had to go, and then ultimately getting to release, which is great. Next we have Jean Balabar. In this archival interview with actor Jean Balabar discusses her performance in Va Savoir and her working relationship with Jacques Rivette, originally filmed in 2001, and this runs at 8 minutes 13 seconds now. I really enjoyed this one. She's sitting in a cafe, she's just talking about getting into the mindset of the character, understanding her, how she's so different from the person that she is, but she had to really develop that character, which is terrific. Then we have Scene Select commentary with Pascal Bonatizea and Christine Laurent, the writers of the film, and this runs for just over 44 minutes. And finally, we have Jonathan Romney. Romney examines Va Savoir in the context of Jacques Rivette's career, discussing the film's relationship to the theatre, the two different versions, and the contemporary critical reception. Filmed exclusively for Radiance in February 2025. And it runs at 25 minutes 35 seconds. And I thought this was great because he really delves into this film and how terrific it is, the difference between the theatrical cut and the director's cut, the look at how it fits within Rivette's filmography, the idea of reoccurring themes that comes through in his films, and actually left me wanting to see more Rivette with a couple of other titles that are teased within this as well. Also included in this set is a 42-page booklet with 4 written articles. My favourite was Lost in the Funhouse, Jacques Rivette on Va Savoir in 2001, which is basically a transcript of an interview, and again, because you're getting it in the director's own words, it really has a lot more impact and a lot more meaning, and it was a really interesting read. And that's the extras for Va Savoir. So there we have it. Va Savoir is out now. I did prefer this to L'Amour Faux. I think this is one that I would go back to, not often, but it has thematics that speak to me. It's characters that I enjoyed spending time with, and when we get to this wonderfully staged finale, everything comes together and just put a smile on my face. I'd love to know your thoughts on Va Savoir, so let me know in the comment box below whether you love it, hate it, fall somewhere in the middle. As always, there is more content up here. You can see more of my stuff. In the description box are links to Patreon, membership program, and manvfilm.com, always in which you can support. Thanks for watching. See you next time.